Hooked on Fishin', brought to you by Bug Juice. The best damn bug stuff in the world. Ah! Now this is a fish in its natural habitat. We call it the water. Anyways, this kind of fish here is what you call I'm going to bring it up. This is a pretty good sized walleye. And so, you people in Texas, when you see one of these here, now there's another way you can tell what kind of fish you got. You could use one of these fishing books right here, but no, I'll show you a little tip, trick, and technique that we use down in Texas, where we just come up here to Minnesota to show you Texans how to fish. So you stay tuned, and we'll show you some more walleyes. Okay. Oh, hey, hi. Glad you could make it. Thanks, you betcha. This is the Hooked on Fishing special where you're going to see all kinds of tips and tricks. I'll be your host, Toad Dumazz. My little son, his name is Poop. We call him Shithead sometimes, but Poop is a much nicer name his mom gave him as a nickname. Anyway, you're going to see all kinds of little tips and tricks you've never seen before. And Poop and I were from Alabama, Texas anyway, and you betcha, you're going to see a lot of neat tricks. So you stay tuned, and we're going to show you some in just a minute.
Hello. Bug Juice is proud sponsor of the Hooked on Fishing special. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Hooked on Fishing Show. Isn't it peaceful and serene out here and tranquil and beautiful out here by the Mississippi River? Anywho, me and Poop were out here fishing, and we've just begun to fish. And of course, we've never been to Minnesota before, so we're Texans. We're from Alabama, Texas, and there's Poop, and he's digging away. It's a good thing to become one with nature out here because you meditate and you call the fish in psychotically, and you catch a lot more fish if you use your psychoses. Okay, anyway, stay tuned. We got a bite. Here. Watch my see.
The fishing special brought to you by Bug Juice. It'll keep the bugs off.
Welcome back to Hooked on Fishing with Toad and Poop. Now, you came back at a real good time because my son is just about to pick up a big one. He noticed he's getting a bite over here. So what? Oh yeah, you betcha. Now he's going to pull that in before the fish ever gets it in his mouth, and we'll never see what kind of fish was biting on there. And that's what you got to do sometimes if you don't want to see what's biting on your hook. So that's one of those tips you just got to remember. Well, stay tuned. We're going to have more tips and tricks on fishing on Hooked on Fishing. Welcome back to Hooked on Fishing, brought to you by
Bug Juice. And it keeps the bugs off, and you can drink it.
And you can drink it. How's it taste there, Poop Boy?
That tastes pretty good.
Eat some more of it. See, it ain't going to hurt you. It's only bug juice. Oh, hey, welcome back to Hooked on Fishing. Yeah, I was going to show you folks a little tip and trick here on how to cast your pole. So let me just get out of the way, Poop, before I kick you in the ass. All right, there you go. Now, here's how you cast your pole. You take it up here like this, and then you pull this thing back here. Now, you got to take a close look at this thing here. This is a very important thing to see. See how that goes like that? Okay, now that's very important, because if you get it just right like that, then you got it covered. Okay, well, stay tuned for more tips and tricks on fishing on Hooked on Fishing. The Hooked on Fishing special is brought to you by Bug Juice and by Ham and Cheese Sandwiches. The Bug Juice is good for taking out the bugs, and you can always drink it if you like. It ain't gonna...
The fishing special brought to you by Bug Juice. It'll keep the bugs off. Welcome back to Hooked on Fish. Now here we have 2 walleyes and 2 muscalons. Now these are just babies. The big ones, well, the adult ones, are really big.
No, I just wanted to say that if you look carefully on these fish, like on this one right here, you see there? You see there where it says muskellunge? Get your head out of the way, boy. And muskellunge, see, so the fish here in Minnesota, they got their names written, printed right on the fish. You don't have, that's how you can identify the fish here in Minnesota. So stay tuned, and we'll show you some more tips and tricks after this short commercial message.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Hooked on Fishing with Toad and Poop. We're here at the beautiful Coral River on a wonderful day in Minnesota. We're a couple of Texans from Alabama, Texas, and we're here to show the Texans how to fish muskellunge and largemouth bass. And anywho, we're having a philosophical conversation about whether, when you got to go to the bathroom when you're out here, whether it's better to pee by a tree or to pee in your pants. I say pee in your pants, because then you don't got to worry about it. It's there, no problem. You pee by a tree, a policeman sees you, you get arrested, you spend the night in jail. So anyways, my boy's over here, he's busy taking care of his philosophical side of the conversation, and I am psychotically calling in the fish. So anyway, stay tuned for some more tips and tricks and Hooked on Fishing. Okay, now we got one here, and it's probably one of them muskellunges. Oh, we're out here in the river. Oh, here we go, here we go. Get a picture of that in the water there, see? Hey, hi, welcome back to Hooked on Fishing with Toad and Poop. Anywho, when you're not catching fish and you've been standing around for a while like I have, I got a little tip for you. A little trick I'm going to show you right now. Nobody knows about this, so don't spread it around or we won't have any more fish in the lake. Anywho, let me show you this here. I'm going to bring in my line, notice, and I got this bait on here, and it's a worm. Get a good close-up of that there, see? Now that ain't catching no fish. So here's a little tip I learned from my grandpa. You take this cigarette and you stick it right on there like this, see? The fish that are, addicted to nicotine, see? They'll catch that thing right on. This catches a lot of fish. So stay tuned, and you're going to see some big ones here on Hooked on Fishing with Toad and Poop. I don't know. Hey, hi, how you been? What the heck? Listen, I wanted to show you another trick in fishing, and that is a lot of people will spit on their bait like that, and that spit on your bait, and that gives it good luck. But I'll show you a little trick a lot of people don't know about fixing your bait up here. Just hold on 1 second, and got the Hooked on Fishing Special is brought to you by Bug Juice. It doesn't suck as bad as you think. Now my boy Poop, he just got himself a nice one here, and this fish, if you want to take a good close look at it, this is what we call a not that close, back up. This is what we call a muskellunge in Minnesota, and these muskellunges, they get to be about 500 pounds. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that, and you want to stay tuned for more tips and tricks on Hooked on Fishing.
Hooked on Fishing, brought to you by Ham and Cheese.
Ham and cheese, the best dang sandwich ever made. Hey, hi, heck, hello. I'm back to Hooked on Fishing with Toad and Poop. Anyways, we're here in Minnesota to show the Texans how to fish, and there's my son Poop. He's standing next to his rod, and we thought we'd show you. We're fishing from the bottom up instead of from the top down, and so then, so you got to watch your rod tip, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a tip of the rod right there, and it's not doing nothing. See, it's just sitting there. So that means you ain't got a bite. But when you get a bite, show them how it looks when you get a bite there, Poop. That's right. That's right. Your rod tip moves like that when you get a bite. So, anywho, I wanted to show you that because Poop's probably going to bite here. And every once in a while, you got to pick it up and you got to move your rod. Show him how you move your rod, Poop. That's a boy. See him move it? That's moving. There you go. So, stay tuned. We're going to show you some more tips and tricks on fishing right after this short commercial message.
Brought to you by Fishin. You're watching Hooked on Fishing, brought to you by
this stupid stuff called Bug Juice. Here we are out with Toad and Poop, and we're out here fishing the river. As you can see, I got my fishing pole right here. And Poop's over here. And he's, here, let me back up a little bit and show you. This is what he does to fish. He puts it down there and you prop it up on the stick here, see? And that stick is going to keep your pole from going in the water when you get a bite. So, anywho, I wanted to show you that because we're fishing. And that's what this whole show is all about. Now, Poop might have something to say. You go right ahead there, Poop, and you tell him what you want to say.
Well,
okay. Now, we're back here with Hooked on Fishing. And my son, Poop, he thinks he might have a bite going. So he's going to pick up the rod, and he's going to check to see if he can feel the weight of the fish on the rod itself. He doesn't quite feel it, so he sets the pole back into the hole we have put. Now, here's a little tip you might want to know about. If you just stick your pole in the ground like this here, then the pole comes up like that, and then you got the tip of the pole that you can watch, passively watch, and become one with nature. It's nice to be one with nature because you can call a fish in psychotically, and you can draw them in and catch many more fish with your psychotic reaction. Anywho,
that's right.
We'll be right back after this short commercial message.
Bug juice. Bug juice.
Welcome back to Hooked on Fishing. Wave to the crowd. Boop, wave to the folks out there.
Hey,
Wave, that's where you put your hand up and wave it back and forth. There you go. No, yeah, you betcha. Go ahead and pull them fish up out of there then, and we're going to show you what kind of fish we caught today. We've been out here for, say, about 5 minutes. And we're going to show you all the fish that we caught here on Hooked on Fishing. That's a stick fish, that big one there. That's, he's going to throw that one back. It's a catch and release fish. And if you look here closely, Poop, hold up them fish. Don't throw them on the damn ground. You got no respect for fish. There you go. Now go ahead and point to the muskellunge. Here, we're going to get back here. He's going to point to the muskellunge. There you go. That's the muskellunge. And now point to the largemouth bass. There you go. That one he's pointing at right there. Here, go ahead and touch. Well, they can't tell which one that is. Give it a big kiss. And that way, they'll know which one the largemouth. I said kiss the damn fish. Anywho, now go ahead and point to the northern pike. There's a northern pike right about there. That's a northern pike. And, well, don't forget to point to the crappie. Go ahead and you point at that's the crappie. So now you people in Texas know what these fish look like. And usually there's a little sticker on the side, but these fish must be a little older or from an older breed. Okay, well, stay tuned and you're going to see some more tips and tricks here on Hooked on Fishing. Hey, hi, welcome back to Hooked on Fishing. Here in Minnesota, showing Texans how to fish. Brought to you by Bug Juice, the best damn stuff you ever want to use. Anyways, we haven't been catching any fish here, so I want to show you a little tip that not a lot of people heard about. They're Poop, you're going to have to back up. I'm going to run the hell into you. All right, there you go. So now, if you look over here on my Poop, you got to get the hell out of the way. I'm going to kick your ass. All right, there we go. Now, you betcha, yeah. If you look over here, see there, and that's worms on there, and that's what we've been fishing with. Well, they're not biting on the worms, so you got to use your head. And now this is a little something that people don't know about. You take one of these nice ham and cheese sandwiches, see, and you just hook that puppy right on there like that. Now that fish love this stuff. Now to get a good shot of that, that's how you hook it like that, so it won't get off of there. And then you go ahead and you cast that baby out. Now it's going to catch me a nice big one. You stay tuned, and you're going to see more tips and tricks here on Hooked on Fishing right after these short commercial messages.
Brought to you by Bug Juice.
Now, Poop here, he just got a fish on that cigarette I just put on his fishing. Tell him what you caught that fish on there, Poop. Oh, he must have got away. Anyway, stay tuned for more tips and tricks in Hooked on Fishing, brought to you by the Bug Crap. My son here, he just pointed out a very important point. Yeah, And that's here. If you look here at the hook, you'll notice there's no more cigarette on there. Now, if you look carefully at this hook here, and you'll see the worm, you notice there's no more cigarette. Well, that's because the fish ate it. It's the best bait you're ever gonna find, and they come in packs of 20. So go out and pick one up for your kids. Now, what I wanted to show you here, if you notice here, there's the hook, yeah, and there's a worm on the hook, but you know what's missing? Yeah, the cigarette. That's because the fish ate the cigarette. They make really good bait, you know, and they only cost, about $5 a pack, and they come in packs of 20, so go out and pick some up for your kids to go fishing. All right, well, anyway, stay tuned for more tips and tricks here on Hooked on Fishing. The Hooked on Fishing special is brought to you by Bug Juice. It doesn't suck as bad as you think. The Hooked on Fishing special is brought to you by Bug Juice. This is some of the best stuff you ever want to use. You just put a little on your body, and that's a really effective cut. Welcome back to the Hooked on Fishing special here. I just wanted to show you how nice and peaceful it is out here by the Crow River in wonderful, beautiful Minnesota, where we've never been before. Anyway, there's my boy. He's sitting there with his rod. He's got the bug juice over there and the worms and the sandwich. It's a beautiful day. Boy, I sure do love those worms. Anyway, I hope you folks have a good time and you keep an eye on us, because we're going to show you lots of tips and tricks here in Minnesota for all you Texans. Welcome back to Hooked on Fishing here with Toad and Poop. Anyway, my son's over there. He's kind of watching. This is showing you how to fish the river. See, what you do is you stand there like you got to take a pee with your hands in your pockets, feeling yourself. And you watch the tips of the poles. And if they start to move around, you know you got a fish on. Now, Poop, he's very astute. And that's another word for, well, we call it autism back in Texas. Anyway, he's watching the poles, just like a badger watching a mouse. Anywho, he's going to probably bring one in here, so we're going to have to show you what he catches in just a few seconds here right after this short commercial message. Oh, hey, hi, welcome back to Hooked on Fishing. Yeah, you betcha. A couple of Texans here in Minnesota. Anywho, people want to know why my name is Toad sometimes, and I tell them, well, it's because when I was born, I was covered with warts. And so my mom's like, oh, my God, what a ugly kid. And my dad says, nah, look, we got a bite. We got a bite up here. Keep an eye on it. Now, that's the one I put the cigarette on. And so, you know, I told you, fish like them cigarettes. So, anywho, oh, here's a big one. Oh, boy. That's a big one. Here you go. There you go. Now, this here fish, it's a Minnesotan fish, and we call that a northern pike. Yeah, that's a northern. And you can tell because, yeah, that's what we call a northern pike here in Minnesota. And the northern, you can tell, has this little thingamajig right there. So that's how you can tell. I'm sorry, I got something caught in my throat. Now, this one here bit on the cigarette. Now, that whopper I just threw back, we do catch and release here in Minnesota. That whopper I just threw back bit on one of these. Now, here you find them laying all over the place, and they're just the best bait you could ever find. Here's another cigarette butt. We just put that little puppy right on there. Get a close-up of that. There you go. You got to hook them just right, or the fish is going to take them right out. They just love them cigarettes. Anyhow, here you're just taking, you toss her in the water. Whoops. Cut. Okay, well, yeah, good to see you again. We're just getting a little tangled up here, so we're going to fix that right away. And I wanted to tell you something about using cigarettes. First of all, children should not smoke cigarettes. They're okay to eat them, but don't smoke those things. They're bad for your lungs and health. This is my favorite brand of cigarette to use for fishing. The fish love these things. And, you know, if you want to catch your limit and fish, bring a couple of cartons. Okay, anyway, stay tuned for more tips and tricks on Hooked on Fishing. The Hooked on Fishing special is brought to you by Bug Juice. It doesn't suck as bad as you think.
Brought to you by Bug Juice.
Yeah, well, we've been out here just for a couple of minutes here, and I think I might have something coming up here. Oh, hey, oh, wait, I got one. Oh, something one. It's a big one. Oh, I got him. Oh, boy, that baby fought really good. And now that's walleye. We catch walleyes here in Minnesota. If you're from Texas and you see one of these things, that's what walleye looks like. Later on, we're going to show you how to identify each fish. A lot of people use a book, but that's not necessary. You don't need a book. I'll show you why after the short commercial message, so stay tuned. Hey, hi, welcome back to Hooked on Fishing with the Texans, Toad and Poop. We'll be right back after the short commercial message.
Hi, this is the Hooked on Fishing special. This is where we go fishing in different places, and we hope to catch a lot of fish. Now, so far on the Crow River, we have caught about 5 fish.
Okay, well, we're done fishing for the day, and here in Minnesota, we practice a thing called catch and release. My boy Poop here, he's going to show you how to release the fish properly back into the wild so that you don't damage it. Go ahead and show him how to release that largemouth bass. Exactly. Nice and easy. As you notice, it floats gently downstream. The next fish he's going to release is a muskellunge. Show him how to release the muskellunge there, boy. Yeah. Give her hell. Give her hell. Atta boy. Now, these ones here, these are very sensitive fish, so we got to handle them with the greatest of care. Show them how to release these. There you go. Swing and a miss. Kick it again. Kick it harder, boy. Come on, you can do it. This is how you catch and release a fish here in Minnesota. So if you're from Texas and you ever come fishing here, you don't want to get a ticket. You want to do this properly, don't you, Poop?
Yep.
Well, stay tuned for some commercial messages, and we'll be right back.